Good evening, everybody. Um, in continuation with the series that we've been talking about hypertension, I thought this will be a good opportunity to talk about traditional Indian cooking, where food is medicine. Many times, I have a great concern that we do not realize the value of Indian cooking. Indian cooking is wherein the concept of food is medicine is implemented and practiced. For example, let's talk about biryani. Biryani is a well accepted, well liked food amongst us from the subcontinent. So in the preparation of biryani, we know we add a lot of spices and herbs. So namely, there is a lot of garlic, there is ginger, there are onions, and the spices are usually cardamom, cinnamon sticks, and we also add mint and coriander, in addition to chilies and chili powder and garam masala powder. All of these have a reason. It is hard to believe, right? We just think it is to please the palate. However, they all have individual medicinal values. So let's start from the beginning. It has been shown garlic, onion, and ginger, all of them have effects on lowering blood pressure and acting against cholesterol. Thinking about the fibrous nature of garlic and onion, it does make sense, right? That the fiber has the ability to wash away the plaques. Remember the fat deposits we talked that stick to the inner side of the blood vessels. So the onion and garlic have chemicals in them, naturally occurring chemicals, which have the ability to wash out the atherosclerotic plaques. We had olden days, it used to be that biryani was always, invariably always with either mutton or chicken, and these are high density food components which can make it difficult for the digestive system to process, and this is when chili, the green chilies we add, the chili powder and the garam masala powder that we add come in handy. We have heard, right, that if it's going to be a very spicy, very hot food, then we have a few trips to the toilet because of the effect of the food, the very hot, by hot I mean spicy hot food has had on our digestive systems. So there is a balance in biryani in that it is added to the quantity required, and this has the ability to stimulate the effective functioning of the digestive system to digest the high density food like mutton and chicken. Again, ghee has some cholesterol properties as well, so therefore that is taken care of by the ginger and garlic and onion we add. Cardamom has been shown to have antihypertensive effects in that cardamom seeds reduce blood pressure, and it is shown to have an effect on both the systolic and the diastolic blood pressures. So it's an effective spice of medicinal value. Moving on to coriander and mint, both of them are excellent herbs in that they have a lot of fiber just because they are of plant origin. They have a lot of vitamin C, and mint especially has very gentle effects on the digestive system to help it process through the heavy food that we eat. It has also been shown that mint has a refreshing effect, like the equivalent of what we get with coffee and tea. We always feel refreshed, right? And it has been proven coffee and tea are neurostimulants. However, both of them have an addictive ability in that if we are used to having coffee, then if a day goes by without having the required numbers of coffee, then we feel the void and we start developing physical symptoms like headaches, just because we missed a cup of coffee. So the advantage of mint is that it gives you the good refreshing effects similar to coffee and tea without the addiction liabilities, and it is more gentle and physiological. So you can either add mint leaves to diluted tea, or even better is to have just warm water with a few leaves of mint. And mint is such an easy plant to grow. You can put it in your windowsill and it's going to take off, especially given the wonderful sun combination in the tropics of the subcontinent. Because we're talking about herbs and spices and food, I wanted to place the request with all of you about meal times as well. It is important that we have, at least as a family, all of us sit together and have a meal time at least once in a day. It is obvious that all of us are becoming very segregated, even within the same house. All of us are becoming separate islands. So we are just glued to our mobile phones, and meal times hopefully will nullify the effect of that. In that, when we sit down together and have a meal, the benefits we get out of food are multiplied just because we all of us have a good time. And I think it is important for us to make meal times good times. That is not the time that we discuss about our child's performance in school, or that extracurricular activities are not important, etc. So let's make meal times happy times, and that way we're just going to discuss only the nice things or the good things all of us have. And it is also important because, as I said, all of us are becoming islands within the same house. All of us have our own cell phones, all of us have our own individual rooms, and so it's becoming difficult to keep an eye on children. Olden days we used to have barriers beyond which children couldn't go, but these days it is everything is within the house, because in the form of cell phone, children have access to anything and everything. And meal times are a very good time to keep an eye on them, and this is going to help us ensure that they are as happy as we think they are, and again to assess whether they're anxious, scared, or hesitant, and if so, then maybe a friendly chat after mealtime, maybe individually because you don't want to offend the child in front of the siblings, to explore the reasons. And it is important, we parents are the best friends. Many times parents are seen as bosses, and there's a big element of fear, but that doesn't have to be, right? So meal times will help us assess and take things forward in a better direction, I think. So the concept of this snippet was to stress the importance of spices and herbs and their individual abilities to promote good health, and also, more importantly, to express the need for family time with our children, and of course as spouses as well. I hope, as we always say, every journey starts with the first step. So I hope you are able to see what I see as well, and best wishes for all to be well. Have a lovely day. Thank you. Namaskar.